Hey gang, Trevor back here again. Today I want to talk to you about how to do hosting and question and answers. If you're in a situation like I am right now where the idea is I'm going to sit back and do an interview with Elmo, it's really hard for me to find out what the questions are as they come in. Now in this situation we're going to look at two people who are going to be in the back end of things. So we have our producer, who today is going to be Michael Daniels again. And we also would have a comment wrangler. Now, I don't have a comment wrangler, but Michael will be doing that as well. So the comment wrangler, their job is going to be taking a look at all the different sources where your questions are to come in from. So whether it's an email, Twitter, the comment tracker that we know from Hangouts, YouTube, whatever. The wrangler is going to take all those sources, find the question, and then it's going to paste the question into a shared Google Doc. Now the beauty of the shared Google Doc is not only can the different people who are in the back end of things see it, but as the host, I have my iPad here, and my iPad is also synced up and looking at the questions. So it gives me a much more natural feel as I sit and talk here. I don't have to squint. A question will come and it will appear on my screen. So to start off with, I'm just going to show you, we also have another screen set up here, and that is the screen that's being mirrored of my iPad. So let's say that I'm sitting down here, I've done my introductions with Elmo, I've asked a couple of questions and have my conversation, and now I'm ready to get some questions from the audience. So I would basically say, you know, audience, if you want to have questions, send them to Twitter, send them to here, send them to there, and we will get to them one at a time. While I'm doing that, my wrangler is now going to paste in the first question. And as you can see also on my iPad, the question comes in. So, Elmo, you look a lot like Grover. Are you two cousins? Elmo would give his question, and while we're doing this and we're talking, the next question gets loaded up by the wrangler. Okay, that sounds good. So, have you ever been inside Oscar's garbage can? Elmo would give an answer, and the questions can keep being added on. And in fact, while I'm after I've answered the first two questions, my wrangler is going to delete them because there's no point in my having them. And now I can say, go to the next question. Do you ever stop laughing? So it makes it a really give and take situation without my having to sit here and always look in and squint and look into the mirror or into the lens. Let's take a look at another way we can do this. We can also do the same thing with PowerPoint, or sorry, the Google slide presentation. So in this situation, what we're doing is we're using the slides application from Google. And for each individual slide, we're going to put in one question. Now this is a little bit different because the Google Slides does not automatically update. And in fact, I'll have to do a refresh. And we'll show you that in a second. But one of the advantages is as I'm addressing this question, my producer can switch to the screen share of the wrangler, and it's almost like a question and answer thing where the whole question takes up the screen. So, in this case, you look a lot like Grover. Are you cousins? I can now ask the question, and what I'm going to do on my screen here is I'm actually just going to move over to the next screen. When the producer's ready and notices that I'm about to ask the next question, can do another screen share of that particular slide. Have you ever been inside Oscar's garbage can? In this situation, I could actually take over a lot of the comments. I've just moved my iPad sideways. It now fills up the screen, and I can actually use that as a source instead of having to use the wrangler source. Do you ever stop laughing? If you take a look at my screen now, at the very top left, you'll notice I have 3 of 5 slides. So, Michael, have you added another slide in there for me? I'll tell you what we're going to do instead, Michael.
I'm in the process right now.
Okay, not a problem. So what we're going to do, though, is I'm still at 3 of 5. Michael's going to go in, and he's actually going to delete the questions that I've already asked. And I'll show you why in a second. So what I'm going to do now is I hit refresh on my iPad, reload the presentation. The first slide is what comes up. And we can see here that do you ever stop laughing is now the first slide. And there's my second slide. And there's my third slide. So all we wanted to do today is just show you how we can take and make use of some of these wonderful tools that Google has given us, the sharing aspect of it, how we can take these iPads and now all of a sudden have this professional looking give and take.
I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you'd like, you can follow me on Google+, Trevor Beck, or you can use the URL bit.ly/Trevor Beck.